Hi, everybody, and welcome to another edition of Authority Marketing Live. I'm Melanie Hirschhorn. I am so excited that you are here and I am here, and we are here together to have a phenomenal guest joining us today. So, when I met Brenda originally, I was like overcome with emotion because of how amazing she is with what she does. And so, I don't want to have any spoilers. I want you to You'll see, okay? But she is a successful nonfiction and children's book author, and she also helps authors. So we are going to bring her on right now, and we are going to witness her magic. Hello, Brenda.
Hello, how are you?
I am so great. Thank you so much for being here. So let's talk about, all the things. Let's start with the fun stuff, the not emotional stuff, because I'm not ready yet. I haven't had enough coffee. So let's talk about Howl the Owl. So what's that all about?
So, Howl the Owl is the character in my children's books, and his name Howl, it's a special name because it stands for Help Others with Love. So he likes to promote kindness and helping others. And honestly, I should have grabbed
Yes,
him.
you should have. And now she left. And she's gone, everybody. And she's back. Oh, there he is.
Yay! So he's
Yay.
also a plush, as you can see. So we have 9 or 10 books in the Howl the Owl series. I'm already forgetting. It's starting to get to be so many, which I guess is a blessing.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, wonderful. So who are the ideal readers for Howl the Owl, the series?
So kids ages, approximately 4 to 8. And there's a lot of different, well, not a lot of different topics, kind of one big overall, well, 2 overall topics.
Okay.
What his name stands for, kindness and helping others, and then also organ donation.
Okay, so here we're getting emotional again.
There's that.
But I'm so glad you brought that up, because that is also a very important piece of your nonfiction work. So why don't you tell us all about that?
Sure. So I am a living kidney donor. I donated my kidney 18 years ago, just celebrated 18 years last month.
Happy
And ironically, today that we're doing this is Living Donor Day, because April is Donate Life Month. So
oh, how wonderful.
yeah.
And in my religion, 18 means life, and that's a very significant moment. So that's wonderful.
Wow. Okay. Well, that is good to know. I didn't even realize that. So makes me feel good.
Yeah.
So yeah, special day celebrating that. But so that's how my journey started. 18 years ago, ended up donating my kidney to another mom. Our kids were in school together, didn't know her that well. And there weren't any resources really for my children, or really for myself, like as a living donor. So my kids were 7 and 11. My daughter is the older one. And so then fast forward, she's a senior in college. And yeah, she wrote her essay to get into college she centered it around the kidney donation, and said it was scary for her as a child, but I inspired her to want to be a better person and help other people and do something in the medical field. So that inspired me then. I read that. I was like, wow, okay, yeah. I realized that there wasn't these resources, but I guess I just never really thought a lot about it afterwards. And then so we fast forward, here we are. I look, is there anything now? Nope, not really seeing anything. I guess I need to write something and help other kids. So that's how my first children's book came about, which is actually not a Howl the Owl one. It's My Mom is Having Surgery, a kidney story. But so wrote it from my daughter's perspective, and it's been helping people, helping children and families. It's been serving its purpose, definitely. And I know that it's still being used today, which, is a good feeling. But then that led to more children's books, which I originally hadn't planned.
Right.
And then, yeah, it's like, oh, yeah, that would be a great book for Children's Hospital. I'm like, no, not really. It's for the kid that, their parent is in the hospital. So
Right.
I guess I need to write something for the child that's in the hospital.
Right.
And then that's when I came up with the saying, help others with love, like howl rhymes with owl. I love owls. So here's my character.
I love it. I love it so much. And so, how did you move into then the nonfiction piece of that?
So, and we're talking about the other book, right? Not the children's
The
book.
other book, yes, not the
Okay.
children's book, but
Okay.
the ones for grown-ups.
Yeah. Yes. So I actually got to write a chapter in a book where I shared, my journey, and I called it a purpose becomes a passion. So the purpose of me donating my kidney, has led to me writing and, having all these books to help others. And so it was a compilation and all different stories. And I thought that would be something that would be really good for organ donation stories, not just only kidney stories,
Right.
only transplant recipient stories, but everything, living donors, recipients, all organs, donor families.
Mm.
And so that's when I decided, okay, I'm going to revise that chapter I wrote because it was a couple years later. More things had happened.
Right.
And then I'm going to invite other people to write a chapter and create this book. And so that's exactly what I did. I'm connected to a lot of different people in the organ donation community through social media, which has been actually wonderful. Sometimes social media can get a bad rap, but
Yeah, it can, but, as somebody who spends a lot of time, teaching about the benefits of social media and how to do it the right way,
yeah,
I think that amazing things can come from it. I mean, you and I have never had the opportunity to meet in person, and thanks to social media, that's how we connected.
exactly.
So
Yeah.
yeah, and now we get to share your story on a different stage here. So I love
Yeah.
that. So you're connected through social media. Okay, so
Yep.
and now the book has been re-released, is that correct?
Well, it's 2 years this month.
2 years,
Yes.
okay. There it is.
And
Look at that.
so it was a lot of work, definitely a lot of work coordinating all those different chapter authors, all of the editing. It was a lot. So I was like, "Ooh, I am never doing that again." And I gotta compare it to childbirth. After you're like, "Whew, never doing that again. Wow."
Oh, yeah, and
That was
then there you are,
and then, yep,
doing it
here I
again.
am.
Yep.
So exactly. One of the chapter authors, he was like, this needs to be a series. And I was like, oh no, it's so much work. But then again, after a little while, I was like, yep, you're right. Yep, let's do this. Another chapter author, our youngest one, Haley, and she received a heart transplant on Valentine's Day when she was a teenager.
Oh,
So she had suggested doing all pediatric stories. So we have some pediatric stories in here. But I said, you know what, that's actually a really good idea. Let's do that. And so that's what I've been working on for the last year. And we're looking at having it released the end of this month for Donate Life Month. And actually that last week of April is um, pediatric transplant week. So uh, yeah, it's crunch time. We're trying to finalize everything.
yeah,
So
that's
that's where
beautiful.
we're at.
Okay,
Yeah.
and you guys can go to right here, you can go to brendacortez.com and you can get all the information. You can grab copies of the books and you can follow along and find out about the release of the newest book in the series. And I tell you, I mean, I cried when I met Brenda, but it was she didn't make me cry per se, but she is a wonderful human being doing wonderful things. And that's the beauty, right, of being an author is getting to share your story with the world and inspire others and create a community around a mission.
Exactly. Wow, couldn't have said it better. uh, I'm also blessed that just again, all these people that I've been able to connect with. I can't really say meet because I feel like I don't meet a lot of them.
Right.
And eventually, hopefully, within travels and, different events that I have been meeting some of them. But just the connections, doing different things, just like talking with you, uh, people end up reaching out. And that happened just this last week. So I had a chat with a lady last night, and she's a donor mom,
Mm,
and her daughter passed away,
mm,
and her sister also passed away while waiting for a transplant. So she she wants to do a book, and it's actually she speaks with God, or God speaks to her and is like giving this to her, and telling her what what she should be doing. And I feel I get it, whether whoever is your God, the universe, however we say it. I personally also feel that just all of this was, it was given to me. It's my purpose.
yeah.
So uh, I'm looking forward to helping her. Her big message is kind of dispelling the myth with donor families that feel guilt.
Hmm.
They have the survivor's guilt.
Right.
So, yeah.
That's very important. I want to know because you have, a children's book series and you also have your nonfiction books now series. How do you sort of juggle between the two? Because I mean, I would say it's because the mission is the same, but I would love to know for you what your opinion is about that. Is it hard to do one and the other, or is it really seamless because of your mission that's universal?
I think it's seamless. The only thing I think that I'm struggling with is finding time for now my own writing.
Hmm.
I want to do more Howl books. Uh, and in the next book, I don't have a chapter, but again, doing all of the first couple rounds of editing and then the proofing and all of that, working with other children's book authors and, helping make their dreams come true. It's all pretty seamless, and I'm blessed that I have a wonderful lady that helps me. She's on my team, actually two people, which they're both organ donation connected. So yeah, so Jean, she's kind of like my right hand, helps with everything. She's a kidney recipient from a living donor, and actually the person Mike that does a lot of the layout and formatting, same thing, kidney recipient from a living donor.
Wow.
And that was just a coincidence, but I'm going to say no coincidences
I'm
connection
going
with
to agree with that. I'm going to agree with
yeah,
that.
that wasn't even like a social media thing, or we didn't connect through any of the regular other ways that I've been connecting with people. So truly amazing.
Okay. Thank you so, so much for joining us today. I want everybody to go to your website, follow along. This is a very important month, and I'm so, so glad that you joined us so that we can bring some more people into your community to
Thank you.
learn all about organ donation and, from all sides, kind of a 360-degree view of it.
Definitely, because if you don't kind of look at it from all aspects, then you just might not understand the whole picture. But Melanie, I so appreciate you bringing me on and letting me share my story with your audience. Much
Oh, it's
appreciated.
my pleasure. Thank you so much. And everybody, take a look at the website. and, really get to know what it's all about, because I think that some people might find it a little bit scary, or maybe they don't want to talk about it. They want to think about it. It's okay to think about and to talk about.
Yes.
Thank you, everybody.